Hi, my name is Angela, and in this video I'm going to be finishing up a 4-part series on how to prepare for residency interviews. In this video I'm focusing on the mock interviews and what those did for me and what I would tell someone and how to use them to prepare, and also just other general resources to kind of finish up this discussion. And I'm just here with another weekly chat about my experience with residency interviewing and residency prep. I'm currently a resident in an ambulatory care track PGY1 program, and I did interviews back in February, and I'm just providing information from that process for PGY1 programs. So mock interviewing is very, very helpful. It's something I would tell everyone to do at least once. If you can try to get it done by someone who is in a career program in like a university, or maybe someone in your pharmacy school, that would be the most helpful because they probably do it a lot. But even with friends, family, or even just recording yourself, I recorded myself on my phone or on my computer. You're just practicing the interview process in a very low stakes environment. It's very helpful for you to see how you appear, how you speak, what your rate of speech is like, if you say too much, things like that. And practice makes perfect, that's the saying, but repetition really helps. So if you're doing mock interviews, you're getting good at the process again in an environment where someone's not actually assessing you. You can just keep practicing and making yourself better. It also takes the nerves away. If you've done it once and you've tried to simulate that real experience, kind of takes some of the nerves away when you actually get to the real thing. I would personally do this about 4 to 6 weeks before you are expected to start your first interview. I did 2 mock interviews, and I did it through my university career center, which was great, and they offer that service for free as me being a student. So my first one I did, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks beforehand, and I didn't really prep for it very much. I kind of just went in blind and wanted to see what the person assessing me would have given me in terms of recommendations, and then I could then work on that until my second one. And so it just kind of gave me a jumping point. And I knew that the people at the Career Center wouldn't exactly know the kind of stuff I would need to know for pharmacy residency interviews, but in general, interviews carry a lot of similar characteristics no matter what field you're applying for. So then my second one was about 2 weeks or a week or so before my actual first interview, so that I could brush up on what they told me in that second mock interview and do a little bit more prep work before my first interview. And really it was mostly polishing things because that Career Center prepared me very well, and I really just wanted to polish up and get that extra last minute things that would hopefully make me stand out. So I would say the timeline for interview preparation, everyone does it differently. Some people prepare months in advance, some people prepare days in advance. You're your own person, you can decide what you want to do, but for me it was helpful doing it about 4 to 6 weeks in advance. And so leading up to my actual interview times, I started doing my flashcards more. I would say I did them like once a week, but then once it came time, I did them probably every day, just on the ones that I kept forgetting, the experiences I wanted to talk about or the way I should word things. So I talked about flashcards in my class video in part 3 of this series, so definitely check that out if you have questions about what I'm talking about. Other things that I would tell people for resources to prepare for interviews, ASHP or the hospital pharmacy group has a lot of great podcasts because they're the ones who help facilitate these interviews and that whole process and the match. So definitely during, like residency season or a residency application season, which I consider to be, really it's kind of encompasses a lot of months out of the year, but probably at least November to March is like really more heavy residency prep and applications and things like that. They'll have podcasts related to what can help you. I would say on a yearly basis, they probably do a new podcast about interviews and how you can prepare for those. Don't be afraid to ask your classmates what they're using to prepare. They're going to be a resource again if you want to do a mock interview and use them as someone to assess you, or they could be preparing on their own and they have their own resources that have been helpful for them. And also your friends and family who have done, again, job interviews not relating to pharmacy, and their experience is good and bad. And I think it's really helpful to hear from people's past experiences and learn from their mistakes if you can. So I have links below in this video to things that really helped me, certain podcasts or, documents or whatever, websites, people who have helped me when I prepared for interviews, I'll have that below. And my last message in terms of pharmacy residency interviews is if you prepare really well, then when you're in the interview, you can just relax and kind of enjoy the process if you can. In the end, the programs who are looking for you, they just want you to be yourself. So there's no amount of preparation to try and be someone else that you can do in order to make that happen. In the end, you will be you, and you're going to get questions that you never practiced for and you never heard before. So remember that you can always be yourself, and that's really what they want to know. If you're bad at interviews, that's just something maybe you can't overcome. It will still help you to prepare, and I bet you'd be surprised on how much you can actually, change yourself into someone who's professional for these interviews and carry on those traits later on, because you will probably have to interview again when it comes time after residency for a job. So try to relax and pretend you're talking to like a teacher or a mentor or a friend, someone who knows, trusts, and cares about you. It'll make you more relaxed and just be able to share what you really want to share when you talk about your experiences, when you talk about your passions, with someone that you want to impress and that you don't know. So I would, again, encourage smiling, encourage enthusiasm, make yourself excited. Even if you maybe don't think you have a chance at this program that you're applying to and you're surprised that you got an interview, imagine that you're very excited, because you are inside, you're just stressed and nervous about the interview process. So that's all I have to say about pharmacy residency interviews. I did a lot of different videos just because I felt like it was a huge topic and I had a lot that I wanted to share about it. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you have any topics that you want me to cover in terms of residency preparation or my current role as a resident, which I'll talk about in videos, just let me know in the comments below. But like the video if you liked it, share it if you think it's going to be helpful for someone else, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.